Just let me know when we're on.
Oh.
Okay. All right, so we're here in the New Jersey office. We're sitting down with Andrew and Melody. We're role playing. There's a couple that they want to see. Okay, so we'll pretend that you two are the couple. So this is husband and wife, right?
Yeah, and they have a 1-year-old.
They have a 1-year-old? Okay.
And they just purchased a house.
And they just purchased a house?
Yes.
Okay, so when you're sitting down with husband and wife and they have a child in a house and they both work, is that correct?
Yes.
You know? And they're friends of yours?
Yes.
Right, so that's considered hot target market. So hot target market, those are people that you know, and they most likely have a need for what we do. Okay? So once I do that, one of the very first things that I always tell new people first is that if you go in there with a trainer, you know, you praise the trainer even before you get to the appointment, you know. So if me and you were married and Andrew's the trainer, you would be telling your friends, hey, you know what? This guy's terrific. He showed me some great stuff, you know, and I want to share that with you. Are you okay with me sharing that with you?
Yes.
Yes? Okay. All right, so that's one important question that I would ask. Okay, so now, if I was, say, training Sprite, okay, so Sprite is my trainee, and you and Andrew are married, as soon as I come in, first I would thank you guys, you know, for allowing Sprite to train here tonight. You know, every time Sprite sees one of these interviews and presentation, it helps, you know, Sprite, you know, learn the presentation. Okay, so tonight what we're going to be going over, the ways in which we help families get out of debt, save more money, and make more money, right? Out of those three things, okay, what would you two say is your biggest concern when it comes to getting out of debt, saving more money, or making more money? Which is your biggest concern?
I think making more money.
Making more money? Okay. Would you agree with that, Mr. Cruz?
Yes. I've been working this construction job, and if there's anything I can do to move on from that, that'd be great.
Okay. All right. So that's great. That's terrific. So we'll be talking, you know, intensely about that. We'll be speaking specifically about that. Okay. But even before we get into that, what is it that you do right now?
Scheduling, making sure that the customers have their questions answered about when they're going to get their goods and stuff of that sort.
Okay. How long have you been working as a scheduler?
3 years.
3 years. Okay. What are some of the things you like about that?
I mean, I moved up within the company from being a scanning room person, so it's just a lot more responsibility. It's more interesting, so that's what I like. It's more interesting than my other job.
Okay. Well, in the 3 years that you've been at this new job, have you at least moved up to where you want to be?
I don't think there's much movement elsewhere.
So you're pretty much boxed in, you're locked into that?
Yeah, the other things are just different job descriptions completely that don't really relate.
Gotcha. Okay. So then your room for growth within that company now is kind of limited because you pretty much maxed out your position. Is that correct?
Unless maybe I get my bachelor's and they would want me as a assistant program manager or something like that.
Whoa, okay. So you actually have to spend money? You have to pay for your own new position at your job? You have to pay for that by going to school?
No, they pay for your schooling.
They pay for your schooling?
If it's in the field.
Okay. So how many years would that take more? How many more years?
Forever. I have a baby.
Oh, okay. So again, I asked, you're pretty much locked in now to what you're doing?
Yeah, it'll take a long time for me to move within that company, yes.
Okay. How do you feel about that, being locked in for that amount of years right now?
I mean, it pays the bills.
Okay, it pays the bills.
It's close to home.
It's close to home. All right, so you're comfortable right now. It's kind of like you're like in a groove, in a rut, maybe so to speak?
Groove.
A groove? Okay. All right, so have you ever thought about perhaps being better than just paying the bills?
Yeah, I mean, I was really trying to go for my associates in the medical field, but there's this one class that's only during the daytime and I'm working, so, and it was only one class.
But you're doing that just in order to be able to pay more than just the bills? going back to school?
No, that's the field I'm interested in.
Got you. Okay. All right. And how about the construction job, sir?
It's going all right, but I mean, the construction's been going down recently. Not a lot of construction jobs around.
Has your pay been going down with the construction job?
Hasn't been very consistent right now.
Okay. All right. So if there was an opportunity to improve on that financially, would you be interested?
Well, I guess depends what it is, but I'd like to hear what it is.
Okay. All right. So if you had the opportunity perhaps to make an extra $1,000 a week, would you be very interested or just slightly interested?
That'll help pay some bills. Very interested.
Right. No, I just want to make sure I'm talking to the right person. That's all.
That's a lot of money. What are you doing?
Well, we're here to discuss a lot of money.
Okay.
How much drugs you want me to sell?
All right. So now off training. Okay. Now notice this. If she's telling me a lot about how she likes her job and likes going to school and all that, I'm going to move on to the next spouse to see how miserable that spouse is at their job. Does that make sense?
Gotcha.
Okay.
So somebody's praising their job. Yes. Okay.
I think construction is going up.
Right. Well, no, don't lose focus. So you gotta be focused. When you're doing this business. Okay. If she is in love with her job in school and all that, there's nothing that I can do to stop her from being a slave. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Harriet Tubman said she would have freed more slaves if they knew they were slaves.
Yeah.
She doesn't know that she's a slave. All right, so now I'm going to move to the spouse and ask enough questions to see if I can find gold there. Does that make sense? All right, so let's pause right here so we can put that on GroupMe.